what's happening, you two, and back shout with another. I gotta stay. Man, what happening? Gotta stop saying that shit. Damn. We got the second part. Let's get to it.
You talk about the remake. You talk about what?
I'm talking about the 7th one.
Yeah.
The one that just came out.
Right.
Right. And that the 7th edition?
It's like the musical with Fantasia and Taraji, right?
Right,
Okay.
right. That one with all our beautiful sisters.
Yes.
You know why they're able to treat us like they treat us? How are you handpicked and you audition?
No, if you handpick, you don't audition.
I want you to say that again, Shannon, because people don't understand how deep this goes. When I watch my sister say it was an honor to be handpicked,
Right.
then why ever would you audition?
Yeah.
And the moment, in my opinion, the moment she auditioned, they knew we got them. We can treat them any kind of way we want to treat them. We can do them any kind of way.
But why would you want to?
Why?
Just because you can, that doesn't mean you should.
But they did. But they did. How do you handpick me and then mistreat me?
Yes.
And then I got to send a letter to...
Hold up. Let me make sure I'm recording. Okay. I forgot that fast. Let's get back to it.
You about the mistreatment that you gave me. That's why they're able to get away with it. That's why when I do interviews, oftentimes, or these conversations, people are too afraid to even address it because they don't want to be caught up like, oh, I don't know. When you say, wait a minute, no, that's the truth.
Right.
I heard it. And I don't want my character to be on the line as I'm being a person sitting there asking people about their lives
Right.
and then not be able to stand in what I've heard.
Right.
That's why it made so much it was important for us. It was important for us to get you that audio. I don't want you to take my word.
Yeah.
And anything I've said on this couch right now, that don't take my word. Ask those people.
Right.
And see what happens. And then maybe after this come out, they're going to label me again. She's bitter. She's not loved.
Yeah. You done got 30, 40 million of my dollars. Yeah, I'm bitter. The average person gonna be bitter.
What? I be bitter than a motherfucker.
Look in your camera.
Shit, fuck bitter.
Okay. And here's the
Ready to
thing.
fight.
Because I got a king at home, I'm not bitter.
You just want what's right.
We just determined.
Right.
Not life is too good to be bitter. But we're determined for you to take accountability.
Right.
That's all.
Game time is the fast and easy way.
Come on, man. I feel it. You getting that money on.
Big break in comedy.
The Apollo Theater.
My tea
And the
still
sister
warm.
that stay out front that had the jerry curl, if she liked
on,
you,
my tea.
everybody
Hold up.
liked you.
Right.
If she did not like you, nobody liked you. And when I saw that woman stand to her feet, baby,
Good.
I was good. There were so many moments.
Were you
Shannon.
nervous to go on Apollo? Because, if you everybody know about the Apollo.
You nervous every time.
You still get nervous to go on there?
Every time, baby. And not the nervous when you're scared. It's just that, like, oh, I get to do it again.
Yeah.
Like when you go out to the field, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's that. I still get that, yeah.
Wow. To hear you speak and to see like how passionate, you're a very, very passionate person about everything.
I love us. I love us. Like, when I say I love my people, Shannon. I love us. I love everybody.
Right.
But my people, I love us. So when I speak on things, it's not to drop shade, mess, or tea. I'm too damn grown for that. I'm
Right.
56 and a grandmother. Who got time for that? But I say it because will it make us better?
Right.
Will it make us come to the table and say, you know what do we really leave for the babies that's coming behind us? That means something to me. When I talked about them damn bonnets, let me tell you something.
Yeah, you said, hey, come on, can we, like, when we come out the house, can we not have the bonnets on? Can we not have the pajamas
Come on, man. I'm in pajamas. Well, I'm inside the crib, so it's great.
on? Can we not have the house shoes going in the
The
Costco
whole
to-
damn Halloween costume. That's a Halloween costume that you wear on Halloween. And I am passionate about that because what is the representation that we're giving to the little girls that's walking behind you? What is the representation that we're giving to our black men that's walking beside us? What is the reputation that we're giving? And when they would say to me, oh, Monique, you don't know what they going through. We always been going through something.
Yes.
We was going through something when we got off the damn boat. We've been going through something.
True.
But once you lose the pride and the dignity of what you feel like you look like, then we've lost. So I wasn't backing down on that. It's like, no, y'all, we owe ourselves that. We owe ourselves that.
How hard is it for you to love some in the community when you know they don't love you back?
That's a good one, Shannon. Okay. That's a good one, because sometimes I be in the bathroom having conversations with the ones that don't love me back, but I still love them because I just know they're misinformed. We've been conditioned in such a way in our community to eat each other up and spit each other out. We've been conditioned. Well, I don't like her, and I love my people.
But why?
Why do I love my people?
No, I'm saying a lot of times, for me, Mo, is that I don't take someone's word because you can only judge a person through personal experience.
Yes.
You don't know our audio guy. But to say, oh, Mo, I don't like him. And then for you to say, well, I don't like him either because Shannon didn't like him. You have no personal experience with him. So why would you dislike him? People want us to dislike somebody because they've had a negative experience with that said person.
And we buy into it. We buy into it. Because this one don't like her. And then you say, why don't you like him? This is one thing my husband said to me one time. He said, Mama, there's not a person on the face of this earth that I dislike. I may dislike what they do, but I don't dislike the person. And it took me a minute to understand it, because I'm like, I don't like their ass. I don't like what they did. I don't like their ass. I don't like their mama. I don't like none of them. But he said, no, there are things you've done that I dislike, but I don't dislike you.
Right.
And once we can get past that.
That's a bar right there. That's a bar right there. Speaking on that note, I feel like I got the same type of mentality when it comes to shit like that. Like I like to say, like, I don't hate nobody. I don't hate anybody. That's a very strong word. And but it is people that I have my quarries with sometimes, or disagreements. And but yeah, I don't hate that person. I got love for him. I got love for everybody. Real shit.
Then we even grow to be better.
Right.
So what you're seeing right now, Shannon, is Mrs. Sydney Hicks, that my husband has set me down and had conversations with me and really taught me how to be a lady. Because people in this business know, if you be sideways, baby, you beat that boy over the head with that tray in the cafeteria, right? I will cuss your ass out in ways that they wish I beat him with a tray. And he had to say, Mama, they won't hear you.
Right.
They don't hear you. Once you go there, so he's had to teach me how to really be a queen.
Right.
Really know my worth, really understand my value. And I'm grateful for that. And I used to say to my husband, I wish I could put you in a bottle and shake you up and let Black women take a sip to know what it's like to truly be loved by a Black man that is a king. When I tell...
That's that shit right there. That's that, yeah. Wait, hold on. No. But there is Black kings out here looking for Black queens. To cherish, love, spend a lifetime. Like, I really do it for you. So I put you onto some nice shit. I put you onto that Kim. I put you onto that Jill Scott. That Isaac Hayes. Like some shit you ain't never even heard of. Stop.
Tell you, Shannon, it's a love that is unexplainable and unimaginable. That's why I can't be broken. And I say that humbly. I can't be broken because I got a king at home. I got a king right there that when all this shit went crazy, that man took me by my hands and said, don't you know we good? And I believed him. And right now to this day, I believe him. And when you have that type of strength, it's hard to bend over. You can't.
Right. You said that when you were at your lowest, he lifted you to your highest.
You better know your homework, baby. I'm proud of you. We got toast on that one. You better know your damn homework. I said that when I was at my lowest, he loved me like I was at my best. Mm-hmm. And I was mentally ill because you're in this business. Everybody thinks you are the hero. Consideration can be thrown out the window. Patience can be thrown out the window. Because when you get home, you believe that I'm the breadwinner. And what I say is what goes. And this is what it is. And this is my third marriage, though my first. Because this is the first time I've known my place as a black man's wife. And there's a place. And we get so caught up in that word. What you mean your place? What you mean? Without him saying it, his actions showed me that he was the leader of that household. Without him saying it, I knew I was dealing with a king.
And he doesn't have to constantly remind you of it. He's never.
When we first got together, I sat at the head of that table.
Nigga, snaps, nigga. That's real shit. What they say, or what I like to say, don't do by what I say. Really, pay little mind to the words that come out of my mouth, but pay a whole lot of attention to the actions I do every day. Cause I live by my actions, not my words, baby.
Comfortable.
I am a poet, y'all. You know.
There was never a conversation about it. Till one day I knew I was in the wrong place. Wow. And I moved to the side of the table, and he sat at the head. We never had a conversation about it. It just happened because it was supposed to. So when people question my husband and why is he there, you would hope you would have one like that. I remember our beautiful sister Tiffany Haddish did an interview with GQ magazine. And this, in my humble opinion, is where we keep throwing each other under the bus. You're doing an interview with GQ magazine, and I'm assuming the journalist was a white person. And the conversation turned to Monique. And she said, well, I don't do business like Monique do business, and I'm glad I don't have that husband of hers.
But she don't know your husband.
And when I saw that, it's like, Tiffany, if you had a husband like mine, you may not have 2 DUIs. If you had a husband like mine, you may not be caught up in what looks like you could have been grooming a child. And I say all of that with no judgment. But when you speak about having a husband like mine, you open up the door. And I'm saying to you, if you had one like mine, you may not sit in these positions that you can't explain the next day.
Right.
Or it's a hard way to go. So once again...
Well, she doesn't even have a husband, let alone like yours.
Well, damn it now. You said it. I sipped on that, Shannon. That was a sip. That required a sip.
You, Moesha, how did that come about?
Moesha?
Yeah. You had an audition for Moesha, right?
No, sir.
Hold on.
No, sir.
You didn't get on Moesha?
I did. I say this not to be, but I never auditioned.
What?
I've never auditioned. They've called, I think I thought I was auditioning for a Burger King commercial, but what it really was the agency I was with at the time,
Right.
just trying to blow smoke.
Right.
You know, making me think I'm doing something.
Right.
But to audition, when I first came to Hollywood, I told this guy named, I believe his name is Mark Unray, and I told AJ Johnson, and I told a sister named Kimberly Brooks. I said, I'm not auditioning. And they was like, okay, like your fat ass. You not auditioning? Okay, fat ass, we'll see. That's what they did. They laughed. But I meant that. I'm like, what you see is what you get. I am not going to, especially now. Especially now, why ever would I audition when I've got the highest award that you can get in this business called acting? And why would I do that?
Right.
Because once I do that, I devalue me. If you can't look at my work and say, that's what we want, then no, thank you.
Right.
Like they'll call, they'll send emails and they'll say, what's Monique availability? None of your business. I don't know you. So you're just going to send an email and want to know what's my availability. I'm offer only. I am offer only. So again, we got to be careful what we say yes to. What Sidney Poitier say? It's not how many times you say yes. It's how many times you say no. And the moment our baby auditioned,
They're dropping gems in this
they got
motherfucker,
set
man.
up for no trailers. They got set up for no food. They got set up for no drivers because now in their mind, they think you're desperate.
Right.
So when Oprah does the one-on-one with Taraji and she begins to run down her credits, the great Taraji P. Henson, then why ever would you allow the audition to happen? Why ever would you allow that? Why wouldn't you go to that studio and say,
She doesn't have to.
she doesn't have to, I handpicked them. So either our sister's not as powerful as we believe she
Right.
is, or either there's not the concern that she tries to make it look like it is.
Like I was saying in the last vid, what's the face behind the face? You feel me? What's the nigga behind the posters? That's the real question. That's the real fucking question.
But you turn a couple of appearances on Moesha into the Parkers.
This is how the Parkers happen. Normally you shoot a pilot,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
And the pilot, they decide whether or not they're going to do the show from the pilot, right?
Yes.
Okay. Countess Vaughn and I, when I go to a meeting with a guy named Larry Little at Big Ticket Television, and at the time my agent was a woman named Susie Unger, they're trying to sell a talk show.
Yes.
We have a meeting. He says, listen, I don't need her to do a talk show, but if she can act, she has her own show. My agent said, of course she can act. Well, she didn't know if I can act or not, but I said, damn it, of course I can act. They brought Countess Vaughn into that meeting. That was at 1:00. By that evening, they were negotiating the deal for the Parkers. The way they introduced the character, because they always talked about Kim's mother on Moesha,
Right.
they introduced Nikki Parker in an episode of Moesha, which was the pilot spinoff
Right.
to the Parkers. There was never an audition. There was never any of that.
So now all of a sudden you got your own sitcom.
Shut up. Come on now.
You go home and you like, from Bmore, Maryland, from what I went through to this.
Yes.
Are you looking around like, damn it, I knew this. I knew this day was gonna happen.
Yes. 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 And you know how you know something as a child?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you know you were going to play professional
Yeah, absolutely.
football? I knew it, Shannon. I knew it. Like, I knew as a child, and I say this humbly, I knew the world would know my name. Like, I knew that.
Right.
So once you in it, you be just like, I still can be in a supermarket and somebody say, Monique, is that you? And I still can tear up because I'm like, I'm here.
Right.
I remember when I got my first parking lot at the Parkers.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I had a parking space. And they would send out emails to say, if you're here for the Parkers, park outside the gate. That's how naive I was. When you asked me, was I naive?
Mm-hmm.
So I would park outside the gate.
You,
Even though I'm one of the stars of a show, baby, they said if you with the Parker, because there's no 101. There's no Hollywood 101. There's no introduction. They just say go and you're supposed to get it.
Yeah.
So I would walk across the parking lot all the way over to the set, to the stage, till a brother named William Tripp was in a golf cart one day. He said, Mo, what you doing? I said, going to the set. He said, why are you walking across the parking lot? I said, oh, because they said if you with the parkers, you got to park outside the gate. That brother laughed, but it was a brotherly laugh. He said, come here, baby, let me show you something. And I got on that golf cart, and he drove me to my parking space that had my name on it. That was a moment for me. Like I'm pulling up to.
That's one of them moments that may be small for somebody else, but huge for you. You feel me? That's why, like, me personally, I believe in, like, the small things in life matter so much. Cause the small things may be insignificant in the moment, but in the grand scheme of things, it's bigger when it's all added up. Real shit.
To a studio, and that's my name. That's the little fat black girl from Baltimore, Maryland, who was in the slow class. That's the little fat black girl from Baltimore, Maryland, who didn't have a lot of friends. A lot of people didn't want to deal with me, but that's my name on that parking space. Now, do you see why I fight like I fight? Because it's all possible. But what happens is we then lose ourselves in the possibility of what we're getting.
That's fun.
And now we're too afraid to lose it. So all the principles, all the morals, all your values, they don't go away. You just push them to the side. Because you know what it's like not to have gas money. So I'll just, I just go ahead and do that a little bit.
Right.
My soul won't let me do that.
Why did you want to become famous? You asked me earlier, did I know that I was going to play in the NFL? And I told you yes, because I wanted to play in the NFL because it was going to get my grandmother and my family into a situation they probably would have never enjoyed without it.
Come on.
That was my driving force. That was all I thought about, Mo. Given your family situation and what transpired, why did Mo want to be famous so bad?
I'm a little fat black girl, baby. And ask another fat black girl. We fight for that attention. Because you wasn't the one picked on the playground to play kickball.
Right.
You wasn't the one picked for the spelling bee. You wasn't the one picked for this. You wasn't the one picked for that. So I was like, one day. I'm sure you growing up, you had your challenges.
Yes.
You were a dark-skinned man.
Yeah.
There was a time you stuttered.
Yeah,
I'm
you know,
sure.
I wasn't always popping, Mo, now that you brought it up.
Let's talk about it,
Yeah.
Shay.
It was the elder
Talk
barges, you
about
remember
it.
that?
Talk about it.
The
Your
good
hair
hair,
wasn't
yeah.
curly. Your skin was black.
Yeah, man.
Okay?
Yeah, now that you brought it up, I wasn't always
what
popping.
that is. So
Yeah.
now to be that,
Yeah.
now you got to be careful. Because you remember the time when she told you, no, I don't want to go out on a date with old Black Shannon.
Yeah, you know.
Let me talk to her right now. Let me talk to your ass that wouldn't go out with Black Shannon. Now you wish you would have went out with Black Shannon that stuttered. Okay, you wish you would have went out with black stuttering ShannonSharpe's ass. Now look at him. He got the ShayShay show. I bet her ass up tough. I've been there. I've been there. So we understand it. You know, you understand that drive. You understand that thing in you that says, I won't let nobody stop me. Now, my drive wasn't that I wanted to get my family out of poverty because I've always grown up in a middle-class environment. So it wasn't that we were dirt poor, you know, we didn't have no whole lot, but I didn't look at it as we were in poverty.
Right.
For me, I just wanted the world to know me. And then once I had a son, right? I was very young when I had my first son. I didn't want him to have to go to a college because that was all that my parents could afford. I wanted him to be able to do whatever he wanted to do. And there was a sacrifice in that, right? Because when you're trying to go get it, you're missing this right here.
Oh, you miss a lot.
The nurturing,
Yes.
you miss all of that.
Yes.
So, you know, all of that had to
Right.
be dealt with. So now with this group, with my second set of children, I'm a different mother than I was then. So my whole thing is, even right now, we want to make sure that when we leave here, our babies are good.
Right.
And their babies are good. And had Tyler Perry not told that lie, we would be on our way to that. And I know people saying, why she keep going back to that? I'm going to keep going back to that shit, ShannonSharpe, till he takes accountability for it.
You said your first son,
Yes.
that you're trying to get it. But it robbed you of a lot of things of a mother-son relationship.
It did.
And so you made sure not to make the mistake this time around. What's your relationship like? Is he resentful of that?
We're still very much separated.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where you have to pray to the universe and say, let time do the healing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Right.
That's it. Let time do that healing. It may heal it in time and it may not.
Right.
And that's something that we as parents have to say, listen,
Right.
I've done what I could do. I've taken accountability for it. Now it's up to you.
Right.
That's like when somebody's saying, Shannon, I want to apologize to you. Now it is up to you.
Whether or not to accept it.
Whether or not to, but once I give it to you, I've done my part. And don't apologize like no punk. I'm just sorry for everything. That gets your ass out of it. No, break it down. Let's go bit by bit so that way we know you understand the offense that you've done.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying, because I've had to do that.
Right.
When I tell you I was so out of line and out of order when I first got with my husband, so out of order and out of line. And this has been my best friend since 10th grade. Since we were 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He came to the other weddings. Okay?
What?
It was like my brother. This man, he was like my brother.
He been out hustling you for a minute, Mo.
You know, he wasn't.
Real shit, he playing the long
That's
game,
why it's so
Cole.
beautiful.
The long
Because
game.
We were like, we had a place together. He would see my boyfriend. I see his girlfriend. You know, then
You
he
didn't
might.
feel some type of way?
This was my brother. This was literally my brother. And then if it was.
Okay, now it's taking a turn. Now it's taking a turn. Who is this nigga? I don't know what bro look like. A whole bunch of shit. Alright, now let's go to Monique. Let's see. I know she got her spouse on here. Ooh, that boy responded, nigga. Spouse. Cindy Hicks. This nigga as hell. Images. Okay. Oh, they've been together for a while, son.
Wasn't my boyfriend, it might be another little fella.
Yeah.
But, you know, he was like my
Yeah,
brother.
sister.
We were
Right.
brother and sister.
Right.
So the way it happened,
Yes.
it was so pure.
Tell me, and that's what I want to know now. He came to you, say came to weddings, you saw him have girlfriends. I don't know if he was married or not before
Nope,
you.
never been married.
How did it? I gotta know this. Cause Hallmark need to do a story.
Baby girl,
on this.
we got time. We got time. We good on time.
Absolutely.
I want you to say that again, and I don't want Hallmark, but okay, because this story is spicy, and I don't know if Hallmark can handle the spice of the story. So we've always been like brother and sister, right? He was the one I would call after a show when I was staying at a motel. And I'd be like, yo, they got me in this motel and niggas outside and everything. I'm scared. He'd be like, but one day you're going to be on the inside. This is the same guy that we was going to the, like our little farmer's market in Baltimore. And I had a comedy club called Monique's in Baltimore. And the girl had on a Monique's t-shirt. And he says, one day they know you only in Baltimore, but one day they're going to know you all around the world. That's the same guy that when we step off of a plane in London together, and the guy says, my wife knows I fancy you. And we went back to that moment coming out of that store in Baltimore, where one day they'll know you all over the world. So he always made life right for me. But it was my brother, right? And I remember one night when I thought Gerald Levert was my boyfriend. And let me be clear. I thought he was my boyfriend. I was never his girlfriend, right? But in my mind, you know, we'll take it somewhere, right? So I'm in my feelings, because I like this little teddy bear, right? But the teddy bear didn't like.
It wasn't reciprocated.
Okay, all right, not the way I wanted it to be, right? So I call up my best friend.
That brother's playing a long game. Now, real shit, look at the look right here. He already know what's going on. He already know what's going on. That brother's playing a long game. Now, I could tell you what's going through his mind right now. He pick up the phone. Ring, 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 ring. Oh, it's my best friend. Hello. She telling him what's going on. He like, for real. I told you, shawty. I told you, like, you wanna come over? I got you. You cry on my shoulder. And she crying on her shoulder and shit. Look at that. He's in there. He's in there. They was crazy. I just watched Hitch. Yeah, Will Smith and shit. He running the game. You running the game.
And I'm saying I'm mad.
Look at that look.
He said, all right. He said, listen, it's all good. When you come home, you know, let's just hang out, right? And when I went home, I was doing the BET Awards. Right. And I had a big party at my house. Yeah. And the next day I was supposed to go to Essence for the Essence Festival. So that night at the house, my house, the outside is packed. Ain't nobody throw a Hollywood party, ShannonSharpe, like Monique threw a Hollywood.
You thought of?
I had every race, every nationality, everything you thought could be at a party, and everybody was just
having a great time.
A great time, right? So he's at the party, and he's very reserved. You know, very reserved cat. So I grabbed his hand and said, come on, let's go dancing. And we go out on the dance floor and have a great time. After that, I'm like, all right, I got to start packing to get ready to go to the Essence Festival. So we go upstairs and I take my shower. Well, it's nothing for him to see me naked because we were roommates, right? You know, so nothing. So he says, when you come back from Essence, I want to talk with you. So I said, okay. So he went to kiss me on my cheek, but the kiss was half lip. It was like here.
Yeah, okay. See, it's slick with it.
You see it?
Slick with it.
I told you, that nigga run the game. That nigga run the game. It's his game when he run the game, bro.
It was right there. It was right there, right? Now, I tried to turn the whole mouth, but it came right there. Right? Because I felt something different. I felt it. And I was like, and then after it happened, we both almost had a feeling of like, we did something wrong. Like this, like that's my. So we didn't address it. Right. I came back from Essence Festival.
What you want to talk about?
I went to his place.
Okay.
He fixed dinner.
Oh, okay.
He fixed dinner and read this amazing poem that he wrote.
Nigga, I know the game. You know exactly what he brought here with? He was like, yeah, I've been writing poetry and shit. Then he probably said exactly these words. You want me to read it to you? Just like that. Bruh. I'm a really real shit. A published poet. That's my game. That's my game right there. I go on forward, shorty. I be like, yeah, blah, talking about some shit, being real sincere. I really do be sincere though. And I be like, yeah, you know I'm a poet. I'm like, you want me to read you something? Or she be like, oh, you a poet? Like, yeah, you want me to read you something? What? You already in the dough. You already in the dough, brother. You do that, you in the motherfucking dough.
That was almost 19 years ago.
Uh-oh.
We've never been apart since then.
He said, wow, let me read you a poem that I wrote. Nigga, this shit put him in a 19-year marriage.
We've never been apart since then. And I am more in love with that man today than I was when we first got married because I didn't really know what I was getting. I knew I was getting somebody I could trust because I just needed somebody that I could just like my brother stole from me. I just needed somebody that I could just trust, and I didn't want to keep on having randoms.
Right.
Because that gets old
Yeah,
after a while.
yes,
You know what I'm saying? Because
yes,
you're
I
just
do.
trying to fill the void.
Right.
And men go through that as well as women. You
Yeah.
just get tired of
Yeah.
So I knew I could trust them.
Real shit. Man, real shit. Yeah. My ear hurt.
Didn't know he was the king that he was, Shannon. I didn't know that I would be raised. And there are women that have a problem with me saying that, and I will not back down from it. I did not know that that man would take me from a 15-year-old mentality. Even though I'm a star, I'm famous, I got a few dollars in my bank account, but still had that little girl mentality. You can't correct me, you can't say nothing to me, you can't check me, you can't do none of that. Still had that way. That man was able to shut all of that down and grow me up. So I got a great one. I won't even say a good one, I got a great one.
You got a great one.
Yeah.
You got a lover, a best friend,
Yes.
a manager, a husband,
Yes.
a confidant,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
a protector.
Yeah. You're saying it, and it seems like people have a hard time getting it, but that's exactly who Sidney Hicks is. He's all of those things.
When the Queens of Comedy, was that because of Samora, Adele Gibbons, Miss Laura? Tell me about the Queens of Comedy. We hear about the Kings of Comedy all the time, and it was great.
Yeah. I was not an original queen of comedy. And when I came on, right, I was so honored to be in the presence of 3 of the greatest female comedians to ever do it. And when I tell you hands down, them sisters are incredible because they've paved ways for people. And when we got together, Shannon, it was nonstop history making because we were selling out in ways that were unheard of, right?
Nah, y'all know who a real queen of comedy? Hold up. I referenced this in the other vid. Hold up. She was funny as hell. I think she passed now, but what's happening? This was the shit. I remember watching this shit with my mama. Hold up. Shirley Wills. Wait, no. Make sure I don't get this wrong. All her last name is Hempfield. Hope I didn't say her name wrong. I apologize if I am. Wait, was she on the Queens of Comedy? Yo. She was one of the originals, one of the OGs, nigga. Real shit. She was funny as hell. I remember this one episode. She went in. She quit her job at the caf. She quit her job at the caf, and she went over there to work at this typing job. And this is the first time I had ever seen racism like shown to me. She went to go get this job at what was it? It was a typing center. They were professional typers, right? And it was just she was just getting pushed off and you can't do this because of the way she looked and shit like that. And that shit was powerful. Damn, she looked different. Different as hell. Why they got this photo of her? Okay, I can't put like this up or nothing like that. Damn. Oh, this bro from Everybody Hates Chris. Pretty sure. Oh yeah, Mr. Omar. Yeah, he's fucking selling that shit.
And I can remember our first show, because I was not initially the headliner
Right.
of the Queens of Comedy. Some more was.
Right.
And I remember our first show, and this is why I appreciate her, because she knows a great show. Like, you have some comedians that feel like, you can't follow me. I tore the stage down and it's over and you can't. And I felt that way one time in my life, and that was with D.L. Hughley, right? But she was the headliner of the show. And we were in Atlanta. And it was one of those shows where the basket for me was this big. Like, I don't care what I said, it was just, right? Samore is one of the funniest.
Yeah.
It's just our energies are different. I'm liable to run across the stage, just the energy is different.
Right.
And that night, the energy was just different. It was not that she was less funny, just the energy was different. And this is why I love that sister. She walked off the stage that night after she closed the show. She walked by me and she said, you headline from now on. And she kept walking. We never discussed it. We never discussed it. It takes, for me, it takes a person saying, we want a great show.
Right.
We just want a great show.
Correct.
And that's what that was. Miss Laura taught me how to warm up food on a damn iron with a towel. She said, bitch, I've been to prison. We don't have no microwave and we're going to eat these buffalo wings. Flip that iron over and wrap that Reynolds wrap up and cover it with that towel. Baby, them buffalo wings were so damn good. But did we get treated fairly? Hell to the no. No, we did not. There were times on that Queens of Comedy tour that I had to, even on that tour, I had to say some things because it wasn't fair. And the way we were being treated, it was not fair. There were times when money wasn't right. And I remember the first date for the Queens of Comedy. And I got a call from my agent. And she says to me, no more C&D promoters. You're in the big leagues now. Walter Latham wants you to be a part of the Queens of Comedy. Okay. No thank you. No problem.
Because he's the executive producer of the Kings of Comedy, correct?
Right. This going to be a blast.
Yeah.
The first check I got. Let me sip before I tell you.
Hell, I might meditate me a sip, too.
My banker called me up and said, Monique, this check is no good. I said, excuse me?
The money jump funny?
Sip again. God damn it.
I might need a little something strong. Hold on.
Damn it, Shannon. The money's no good. I said, what you say? She said, Monique, this check is no good. So I immediately got on the phone with my agent. And I said, let me tell you something about C&D promoters. My money always good. Now I need you to get Walter Latham on the phone. Walter Latham, from here on out, I will only accept cash from you moving forward. You have 2 hours to get the money into my account. If not, take me off of the Queens of Comedy tour.
He make it right?
He made it right. You saw me on the tour, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then one night,
I was about to say,
this is why people could say, that's a problem. If I tell you I'm going to pay you $50,000.25, what are you expecting?
$50,025.
So one night they tried to give me what was not all of it. I need all of it. I don't care if it's a little bit. It's mine.
Right.
And until you get it, my throat hurts. So they had to go. I get sick on them, Shannon.
Oh, you
I feel a little
under the weather?
Well, I performed that night because they had to go get my money.
Right.
Then they started selling shows off. So what that means is now you got different promoters coming in. We're women. We are women. Okay? Samore had an assistant and I had an assistant. And both of our assistants were not the kind of men that was going to fight.
Right.
Okay? They might scratch you.
Right.
But they weren't going to ball their fists up and do no guffing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we're in a position now where we're trying to defend ourselves because now you walking up, I'm a promoter. Take pictures with my family. And we had no idea this was happening.
Right.
One night, we were on the Kings and Queens, right? And oh, how Bernie Mac is missed. Oh, how he's missed. because he was a real one. Right?
Okay.
All the kings of comedy had limos, separate. Steve had one, Bernie had one, Cedric
Sid
had
had one,
one,
DL had
DL had one, all of them. Then another limousine pull up and they say, this is for the queens of comedy. I said, I will not. I will not. You better pull up 4 separate limousines. You're going to treat us the same way you treated them. We helped sell out 44,000 people. That wasn't just the kings. It was the kings and the queens. So you will treat us accordingly.
Right.
All the kings got Rolex watches when it was over.
What y'all get?
I'm still waiting for mine. That's the treatment. So when people say, why won't y'all do the queens again? It was a moment in time. And it was a beautiful moment in time. And some things should be left where they were.
Wow.
Yeah, that's...
This is what I want to get to.
I want you to get to it.
A lot of this happened with the movie Precious.
Bruh. Real shit, you know, it's a good ass conversation, talk when you ain't even gotta use your damn cars that much. Fuck the cars, you can just go goddamn acapella. I don't need no talking points, goddamn it. Shit.
That's the movie that made Monique a star among stars. She shined the brightest because you played that role. Nobody else could have did that role justice, Mo.
Thank you, baby.
Nobody. You played it, and I remember walking out the movie, and I called my sister. I said, she gonna win the Academy Award for that role. I said, it's almost like she was born to play that role.
Now I gotta watch that shit.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Okay,
I am gonna
you
watch
shoot
it.
a movie.
Yes.
The movie wrap. You might
really
have to
gotta watch
come
it
back
now.
and do some voiceover, some touch-up work here or there.
Yes.
That's already scripted into the contract. Now, the promotion aspect of the contract. What were you contracted to do? Because that seems to be where the conflict seems to come in.
Yes.
Because you like, okay, what? So tell the people that's going to watch this and listen to this, what was Monique contractually obligated to do as far as the promotional aspect of Precious?
I was contractually obligated to promote the movie Precious under Lee Daniels Productions.
Okay.
I promoted Precious under Lee Daniels Productions. I did Oprah, I did magazines, I did TV shows, I did all of the promotions I was contractually obligated to do.
Okay.
That was it.
That was it.
I'm done with it.
Done.
Okay?
Done.
Now Precious is going to Cannes, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I have the Monique Show.
Mm-hmm.
I am on the Spread the Love tour. I have toddler babies. And I'm also a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The Monique Show is like down for maybe a couple days, a week or so.
Right.
I got some days off on the tour. I'm going to relax with my family.
Right.
Because once they sold the movie,
Right.
you didn't sell me.
Right.
Whoopi Goldberg. See, Whoopi Goldberg said I could have schooled you and told you what was expected when I didn't promote and go overseas. And you know how you just looked up and looked away?
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg, what you were saying to me, I could have schooled you and told you, you go in that house and let them have their way with you.
Right.
And I'll be here when you come back.
Mm-hmm.
So after I'm done with my promotions, Lionsgate reaches out to my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, they think they're talking to my attorney, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they say, we want Monique to come to Cannes. She promoted so well in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
We want her to go international and promote the movie and do Cannes.
Okay.
I tell my husband, please let them know I respectfully decline. I appreciate it, but I respectfully decline. I'm going to spend some time at home.
Right.
Lionsgate calls back. We really would like for Monique to come to Cannes, promote this movie. Please let them know I respectfully decline. I'm going to spend time with my family. Lionsgate calls back and says, what is it going to take for us to get Monique to come to Cannes? We'll give her another week in France. We'll upgrade her room. My husband said, is there a dollar amount attached to what you're asking for? Oh, we will never pay anyone to promote a film. Never. He said, we understand. And we're never going to work for free. You're asking her to do something that she's not obligated to do.
Correct.
Well, is this the attorney? He said, actually, I'm her manager and her husband. Now we can put it on the husband's being difficult.
Right.
Right? Okay? So I don't owe anybody anything. That's why I was never sued. Now we go to the Hoodie Awards. Tyler Perry is there. Okay? Tyler Perry calls me in his room. Now, when I go into Tyler Perry's room, his staff is in there. Now, you ready to holler laughing?
Yes.
Okay, I take my security in there with me because I always want to have somebody with me.
Right.
Right? Tyler Perry does this. And the people scattered. They all left out the room. I said, look at this shit right here. You saw me. And they all scattered.
That wasn't the lights. That's for the people. You know, lights on.
This nigga got fucking servants, nigga. What the fuck? Bruh, that shit really like a fucking Atlanta episode. Bruh, Childish Gambino be doing his shit. He be doing his shit. Oh, God.
Because they got their asses up out of here,
Okay.
So at the time, my security looked at me. I said, you don't work for Tyler Perry. You could.
Touche.
So Tyler Perry says to me, listen, Monique, we really need you to, promote this film because if you get nominated for the Oscar, your next movie is going to be $3 to $5 million. If you win it, your next movie is $6 to $8 million. I said, Tyler Perry, who you talking to? I'm a black woman. When they going to pay that kind of money? No, I'm telling you, that's what it is. And if you just go and promote it, I said, listen, brother. You can pay me to promote it. Because at the time, now him and Oprah are producers on the film.
Right.
I said, you can pay me to do it. I don't care where the check come from, but y'all just got to pay me to do it. He said, I'm not in the habit of giving out money for free. I said, and I'm not in the habit of working for free. But you gave T.D. Jakes a check for $1 million, but that's another story, and I'm back. So when he then says that, it's like, listen, we both mutually agree. You don't give out free money. I don't work for free.
Service.
We hugged, Shannon. When we were done talking, we hugged. Do you hear me?
Yes.
We hugged like brother and sister, like it's cool. He understands.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Oprah Winfrey calls my husband. I want y'all to take your time because I'm getting ready to go in.
Yeah, that's your camera right
Yeah,
there.
because the people at home, they sitting there like, Monique, what happened? Bitch, I'm
No,
like,
what happened?
She calls my husband.
Okay.
My husband explains to her what's going on. She says, there have been times I've had to draw the line in the sand. So my husband said, well, what is different between you and Monique? You've got to draw the line, and you're saying when you know they're asking you for too much. She said, you're absolutely right, and I understand your position. You're right in the position you're taking. So when you're looking at me saying, well, what happened? I'm telling you what happened.
But, okay, she's saying that privately, but did she voice that publicly?
Did you hear her say it?
I didn't.
Did you hear her say it? JT, did you hear her say it?
No.
Zach, did you hear her say it, Zach? Regina, did you hear her? Tommy? No one seemed to hear that publicly. She said that privately. Now, when she said that, see, everything we're saying to you, it can be proven. She had him on speakerphone. And that when she was talking to him, in that room was a man named Reggie Wells, who just passed, who used to be Oprah Winfrey's makeup artist, who he had a conversation with me and my husband. Now, for you babies that's good with the little internet, we had a show on called Monique and Sydney Finding a Way to Be Unoffended. Finding a Way to Be Unoffended. Reggie Wells is on that show.
It was just about the camera, man.
About Oprah Winfrey. Reggie Wells said, Monique, I was there that day. He said, and when y'all got off the phone, I looked at her and said, why don't you just pay this woman the money? She deserves it. And she looked at him and said, I won't be paying her nothing. And he said, that's not right. And you know it's not right. Now, that man shared that on that show. So I'm not saying nothing that hasn't been shared. So you have people that will say things in private, but won't do it publicly. I'm the person that I will say it in private, and I'm going to say it publicly, because that's the only way we make it right.
But you don't need somebody to talk good to your face. You need somebody to talk good behind your back. So if you telling me what a great person I am in my face, but you telling me I'm dog poop behind my back, what good is that, Mo?
What does that make those kind of people, Shannon?
What does it make those
kind of
cowardly.
people? That is cowardly. See, Here's what's this, when we have our juggernauts, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart. These are our juggernauts of our community. These are the people that our babies say, when I grow up, I want to be that.
Yes.
I want to be like that. So we have to call those people to the mat and say, listen, what are you teaching our babies? You're feeding poison because you're showing them your private jet. I'm going to show you my mansion. I'm going to show you my fancy cars. But my character is shot and I'm bankrupt. I got a lot of money in my bank. It's more zeros than some of them can.
Think about it. They had this shit called well, that MTV Cribs. Nigga, most of them niggas' houses that was not their motherfucking house. Real shit. Bruh. But these are people we have.
Then we can imagine, but their character, they are bankrupt. Those are bankrupt people. So everybody that Cat sat right here and told you about, I can't wait to see your next interviews with those people.
They ain't coming on now, Mo.
Invite them.
I have.
They not gonna do it.
Well, look, I've already done Steve. I have a relationship with Steve.
Do him again. Do him again. And I'm gonna say this.
I'm trying to get Oprah and Tyler, though.
Baby, we got him. Y'all come on, stop playing.
They ain't coming on, Mo, thanks to you.
You know how. And I don't want to put you on a spot, but I'm going to say it because I appreciate you as a black man and what you're doing.
Thank you.
If you are my friend and someone says to me, Monique, ShannonSharpe wronged me, and you my friend, I'm going to call my friend.
You can come to me.
And I'm going to say, hey, is what they saying true? And if you get to hemming and hawing, I'm going to tell you, till you fix it, you and I can't talk. Because if you'll do them that way, it'll be a matter of time before you do it to me. So if Steve Harvey is your friend, you call your friend up and you ask him, is what our sister saying right, man? Because if it is, we can't do that to her. If that's our sister. See, it took a transgender named T.S. Madison. It was a guy named Jamaica Carter. Jamaica Carter and I are mutual friends. Jamaica Carter and I are friends. T.S. Madison was a mutual friend. So Jamaica called me and said, would you mind doing T.S. Madison's show? I go do T.S. Madison's show. When I tell T.S. Madison, when the camera cuts, I said, listen, your friend is wrong. She said, Monique Lee Daniels is my friend. I said, then you need to call your friend and tell him to fix this shit. She said, I will. Within a couple of days, who did I get a call from? Lee Daniels. See, that's a friend. That's a true friend that's saying, I love you so much that I want to make sure that's not on your heart or your conscience. Let's fix it. Let's make it right. So when people ask Lee now, when we did the deliverance together, how was it to work with Monique? It was as if we had never parted ways because he fixed it. He owned it and he took accountability for it. I can't now keep you to the cross because you've owned it.
Right.
I've had to be forgiven.
Right.
So I appreciate that someone had grace and mercy with me. So I'm going to have that with other people when they take accountability for what they've done.
How much did you make for the role, Mary Impression?
I was paid $50,000.
That's it.
That's it. And I never complained because that's what I signed up for. It was an independent film. Right?
Right.
So when my friend called me, and I'm going to quote him, he said, bitch, this one right here, he said, this shit is crazy. By the time I got to page 10, I called him back. I said, what the hell is this, Lee? He said, bitch, I know. He said, it's sick. After my husband and I read that script, he said, Mama, if you play this with no judgment, when he say action, don't judge the character, just become it. This is an award-winning.
Yes.
This is award-winning. So with all of that being said, I never complained about the $50,000. I did everything I was supposed to do. No, nothing. It is when they started asking me to become a slave. It is when Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey started asking me to work for free. It is when they started doing the bidding for whomever the gatekeeper was at the time to say, we can get her. Remember the scene in Sparkle? You ever seen Sparkle with Irene Carroll?
Yeah.
And Philip Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Remember when they was in the car because the Jew man was trying to get him to sign over that contract? And he kept shaking his head like, you will not get me to turn my back on this woman.
Right.
That's what this is. We ain't turning our back. My husband ain't turning his back. He ain't signing up for something he know ain't right.
Right.
And people have a problem with that. And we got to keep speaking on it, Shannon, because the next one's coming for real. I would hate for you to have to sit another sister in this chair and she tell you the same story.
So, considering you won the Oscar, normally when you win the Oscar, not saying you're gonna win another or get Oscar-worthy scripts, but there's normally a run where you in 2-3 films. Now, Monique, that 50,000 is 500 or 1 million or 2 million. You feel that you were blackballed from that point, and Monique did not make the money what she should have been compensated for future roles.
Let's tie it all back in. Okay. You have a man that says, I lied on you.
Yes.
I put a rumor out there on
Yeah.
you. And I said I was going to apologize. But then you have another man that comes back when I'm offered Empire and says, Mo, they said you're difficult to work with. You're going to be a problem. Where would they get that from?
Well, somebody that's as powerful as Tyler.
Okay. So now I'm scratched from that.
Yeah.
Right? Now when it comes to movies, I'm a difficult person to work with. Ain't nobody ever had a problem with me.
They never said, did anybody say that prior to Precious?
Yes. No, not prior to Precious.
Right.
I've never had a problem with nobody. As long as I was saying, yes, you good. The moment you start challenging, we got a problem.
What about the Parker? What about Moesha? Had anybody said anything prior about Monique's character prior to her not wanting to do international press, what she wasn't contractually obligated to do?
Never.
Prior to that, nobody said anything.
Never. The only person that could say anything that is a producer is a guy named Will Packer. I did a movie called Almost Christmas. When Will Packer sat down with my husband and I, Shannon, every other word out his mouth was queen. You our queen, and the queen, and the queen, and the queen. And we just want you to do a cameo. And here's what we're going to pay you. My husband said, Will, that does not cover Monique doing promotions. That covers none of that, brother. Right. This is just for the cameo, okay?
Yeah.
The director was David Talbot. My husband and David Talbot were college roommates. They were across the hall from one another.
Right.
In the script, I was that quick because it's a cameo.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So 99% of the things you heard Aunt May say, it was Monique, it was me ad-libbing.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's a cameo.
Right.
When we had a meeting with Will Packer says, if you do this for me, I'll give you a 3-picture deal and a sitcom. Now we have all of this in writing. It's all in writing.
What were you needing to do? A press? You're gonna need to do press for it? You're gonna need to promote it? Or just do the cameo?
Just do the cameo. Okay. That is what was agreed upon. We were gonna do a cameo for the amount of money that he said they were gonna pay. No problem. Well, what they did was they kept spreading it out. They kept spreading this character out. We want you in this scene, and that scene, and this scene.
But there ain't no cameo. Cameo is okay.
Okay? David Talbot is our friend. We don't want to make this bad for David Talbot, so we said, okay, no problem. Now let's talk about the treatment. While we're on that set of Almost Christmas, there were a few things that was happening that I took issue with. Will Packer is a producer. He came on that set and tried to give us a direction while the director was standing right there. I said, Will Packer, I will not allow you to do that. You would never do that to Steven Spielberg. You would never do that to a white director. You as a producer going to just walk in and give a direction, so I will not take direction from you. If you have something you want to give to me, you give it to the director. And you have the director to give it to me. You are disrespectful to him. Now, I had a meeting in David Talbot's trailer with Will Packer, David Talbot, and the first AD because they were being disrespectful to this black man. And I was not going to allow that to happen. Okay. I had a conversation with the first AD and I pulled him outside. I said, listen, brother, when it's your turn, I won't let nobody do it to you. But what I'm not going to do is stand by and watch you give a direction after the director gives us a direction. It confuses the cast and it's disrespectful. And to that black man's credit, his eyes filled up with water and he said, I appreciate you for having this conversation with me. Okay? So Will Packer and I are now at odds because I'm seeing how this brother's acting. I'm in my trailer. My assistant at the time, her name was Robin, right? Robin is in her 50s. She's in my trailer with her shoes off. She's on the computer. Will Packer's friend or I'm not sure what title to give her. Okay. She comes into the trailer. Now in this trailer, it is me, my hairstylist, makeup artist, and my assistant. This young lady who we're all old enough to be her mother. She comes and looks at my assistant and said, "What's your shoes doing off?"
You in your trailer, why do you care?
I said, "Excuse me, you're out of order. You don't come in here questioning nobody in my trailer." As a matter of fact, and her energy was not that of, "I'm playing." It was, "What you?" I said, "As a matter of fact, I need you to go get Will. Because I'm not even going to have this conversation with you. I'm going to talk to your boss." When Will Packer comes into that trailer for us to talk, do you know what that man says to me and my hairstylist and my makeup artist and my assistant? "I am the head nigga in charge. Everything stops with me." I said, "Well, I want to let you know this, Will. You're going to hear that you're the head nigga in charge from me as many times as I can tell people that's what you said." I said, "And furthermore, you need to check your assistant. Because this is my space. We weren't in your trailer with our shoes off. We're in my space with our shoes off."
But why would he come? Why would he come to you with that type of energy? What led him to say that when all you asked his assistant to do was to go get him because she's questioning why
That's a
people
good
in your trailer have the shoes?
That's a good one. Because what I said to him was, "Who do we need to talk to? This young lady can't be up in here like that." And that's when he became the head nigga in charge. And then I said, "Who are you the head nigga in charge of? We have Danny Glover on this set. We have a legend and an icon. Are you the head nigga in charge of him? Are you the head nigga in charge of Kimberly Elise? Are you the head nigga in charge of Gabrielle Union? Are you the head nigga in charge of JB Smooth? Who are you the head nigga in charge of?" So he tried to laugh it and joke it. I said, I don't play that way, brother. I said, "The food is bad. Like, what we doing here?" The food was slop. So when they say they didn't have any food, the food we had, nobody ever ate that food because it was just like you can feed them anything. Now here's where it gets even better. Remember how Taraji said the trailers were infested?
Yes.
Our trailers blew up.
What the fuck?
They blew up. Now, whenever this airs, I'm gonna post the trailers blowing up so that people can see.
Right.
All right. Now I want to see these trailers blowing up. Real shit. Hold up. She gonna post it. All right, where's her? I don't got her profiles. She just got YouTube. I don't know who's this? Okay, that's her. I want to see the trailers. Oh shit! Yeah, them shit's blowing.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if we was in that trailer? Oh my God.
Damn! How the fuck that shit happened? Oh damn! The what the fuck?
Right.
But they blew up. And if any of us were in those trailers, we would have been gone.
Right.
The trailers blew up. Now, when I was smelling the gas, we went to the brothers that was hooking up the trailers and we said, "Hey, we smell gas." They said, "Mo, we let him know," talking about the head nigga in charge. "We let him know." He just said, "Okay," and walked away. I said, "He what?" He just said, "Okay," and walked away. The trailers blew up. Did Will Packer reach out to anybody? I can't say. He didn't reach out to me and say, "Hey, is everything okay? Did you lose anything is everything good?" The only thing they wanted to know from me was, where was Aunt May's wigs?
Huh?
Where are those wigs? Nobody asked, not the studio, not Will Packer, not nobody.
Wow.
Said, "Are you good? Did you lose anything?"
Right.
I said, "The wigs blew up in the explosion."
Right.
So to understand what we have to deal with, and to understand most people are too afraid to say it out loud, that we are being mistreated. This is This is not right.
Right.
So if that means y'all won't want to play with me, I don't want to play with you either. Let's be clear. I don't want to play with somebody that don't care if I've blown up. What if we were in those trailers? What do y'all say to my family?
Real
What
shit.
do you say? So with Precious, I owed no one anything.
Right.
With Almost Christmas, I owed you nothing. However, I did it because we had a relationship with a brother named David Talbot.
It's almost Christmas. Happy. Is that shit with Chris Brown and that shit? Hold up. Unique. This Christmas. Let's see. Bro, is this the one with? Nah, this not. Cash. Gabrielle Union. DC Youngfly. This shit was stacked. Stephen A. Smith. I didn't even know that brother did some acting. Producer, who is this? Oh, this the head nigga. So he did Ride Along, Night School, Girls Trip, Think Like a Man. That don't even look like the original. Alright, that's. Okay, so Think Like a Man 2. Okay.
Send him through no drama, no nothing, so we went along with it. Other than that, ShannonSharpe, there is no one that can say, that will sit in my face or my husband's face and say, we had a bad experience with you.
I read that you said this is a chapter of forgiveness. That's your thing, a chapter of forgiveness.
I didn't say that. That's what the guy at Hollywood Reporter said. Okay, don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I said. That's what his ass said.
Okay, what did you say?
Okay, that's what he said. Listen.
What would it take, Mo? Mo, what would it take for Mo Neat to forgive Oprah and Tyler Perry?
Be accountable.
Right, she been preaching that shit this whole time.
To say what he said on that tape, you want him to say that publicly.
And he cost my family millions.
And you want to be compensated.
Yes, I want to be very clear about that. If someone cost you millions, do you want that back?
Absolutely.
So I'm no different than you.
Right.
Especially when I've done nothing wrong. Right. Especially when you've admitted that you've lied. Especially when you've admitted that you started a rumor. Yes, you need to compensate me and my family.
For Oprah.
For Oprah Winfrey, you owe me an apology. See, Shannon, Oprah and I had a private conversation about our mothers. Mm-hmm. This is the part people don't know.
Right.
I shared with that woman what me and my mother were going through. Now, my mother's no longer here. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
And I shared with Oprah Winfrey what we were going through and how I felt. And I was, you trying to balance it out because it's your mother. And I shared that with you. And I shared with her my family and what the dynamic was. And you don't tell me you're going to have my goddamn parents. I was getting ready to say, goddamn, baby, it was right there. But you don't tell me you're going to have my mother and my father on your show. And you think that that's just okay? And the way you try to apologize in front of a group of women, if you think I've done anything wrong,
no.
You're going to stop that.
Right.
I am very proud of what you've accomplished in your life. Mm-hmm. We respect everybody, right, but we over-respect no one. And Oprah Winfrey walks around like, I can't be checked. I won't admit to that I'm wrong.
I'm a firm believer, Mo. No one is beyond reproach.
No one at all. So when you keep saying, what is it? I'm going to keep answering you the same exact way. Right. So if you talk to your camera, I'm going to talk to my camera and see how they split the screen. And we're going to invite them at the same time. You talk to them first.
Okay. Tyler, Oprah, I would greatly appreciate it if you two guys would come on Club Shay Shay. We sit down, we have a conversation. This is not an interview. This is not hard hitting. I want you to tell your truth. Miss Oprah, Tyler, tell your truth, and we can get to the bottom of this because, hey, we got an icon here sitting on this couch, and she's hurting.
Oprah and Tyler, I want to say I appreciate my brother ShannonSharpe for saying what he just said, and I want to clear something up. I'm not hurt personally. I'm hurt for our community. I'm hurt that y'all would allow yourselves to sit in something that you know that you've done wrong and not say anything. That helps us not. So Brother ShayShay have said, y'all come on the sofa. Oprah, this liquor is good. Okay, and I understand you like cranberry and vodka. Okay, Roosevelt Cartwright told me you drink that you like. And you know, he told me some other things with the drink that you like. Come on, Uncle ShayShay. Let's have a conversation. Well, you took yours all the way down, and I cannot. Okay? Okay, I cannot do that.
You already did a good job.
Thank you, sugar. Now, when we get ready to wrap up, I'm going to give you an exclusive on something that don't nobody know.
Ooh.
Okay? Don't nobody know this, and it's going to be something.
It's going to be something.
It's going to be something.
I want to get, look, I know it's traumatic, and if you don't want to have to relive it, you don't have to. What you went through with your brother.
Yes.
When you going through that, how is that impacting you during that time? Because I think you're 7 to 13.
You better do your damn homework, ShannonSharpe.
And the impact that it's had on you and your relationship with men.
Oh. Shannon trying to be a journalist.
No.
Shannon, I throw this liquor at you. God damn it, you see you trying to come up, Bubba. Well, just get off my brother. What impact? Wow. Remember when you said, and I don't know if you said this, so I don't want to quote it because I could be wrong.
Okay.
But someone said ShannonSharpe don't mess with black women. And
before you go any further, can I say this?
please.
My grandmother told me something when I was a little boy. She said, boy, never chase a lie.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on.
Wow.
And you never
right
said
there.
that, right?
I've never said
Okay, so that's why I said,
I got black kids.
that's what I said. I said, them babies black.
Yes.
They not confusing.
Yes.
We ain't trying to see if she Latin or Dominican. They black. They mama got black. Everybody that Shannon messed with was black,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Black. Okay? So there's this thing with us that you can't tell us nothing. And oftentimes when a black woman's been traumatized, she's guarded. Now you take a black woman that's been traumatized and now she got a little bit of money. And you take black men, some of them, that is impressed with the money. So I can say to you what I want to. Not being totally disrespectful, but you know who's running this.
Yeah.
You know how we do this. I've always had an aggressive personality.
Yes.
I have always jumped with, if I think you trying to violate. So to say what did that do to me, it made me like this. And it made me say, I'll get you before you can get me. Because I know what it's like to not be in control of what you're taking from me.
Right.
I know what it's like to be in a position where there's nothing I can do, right? So when it came to men, baby, listen, I had my share, okay? I'm not saying I was no whore, but I was close. Hey, come on now, Shannon, get back to me. Now get back to me and call me later. Call me later, Shannon. Call me later, baby. Come
Lord have mercy.
because you a football player with a lot of money. When you go into a city and you was in your prime, you had your pick. It's no different for a woman. When I went to a city, everybody wanted to be Professor Ogilvy. Hey, and I would pick them. Okay, you look like you could be.
But see, here's the thing. Now, Mo, all of a sudden, you being this fat black woman, it ain't a problem. Because I remember you said it was
Well, let me say this.
first.
It wasn't never a problem with me being a fat black woman, because real black men, they like them in all shapes and sizes, all complexions. It is these new Negroes.
Hold up. I heard it. She said new Negroes. Look. I ain't what that way Sway Lee say, I ain't got no type. Bad bitches, only thing that I like. Real shit. Look. I ain't got no type physically, but I got a type mentally. Real shit.
Rose, they get into she gotta be this way.
Except I do prefer ebony queens. My Nubian queens, you feel me? Real shit.
She gotta be that way. But real black men, if you can bake a pound cake naked, what y'all talking about? What you talking about? But what it did though was, and this is why I feel the way I feel about my husband.
Okay.
I remember him saying to me one night, because when we first got together, I was a handful, Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was really sick in the way that I thought.
Right.
And he said, check this out. You've used your brother molesting you as a crutch for your bad behavior.
Oh.
He said, and I won't allow that. He said, when you was a little girl, there was nothing you can do about it. But now as a grown woman, every choice and decision you make, it is yours. And I will not allow you to keep on saying, because of my brother. Because at what point do you take accountability for you? Baby, that grew me up, and that grew my ass up that night so fast, because I wanted to hear what my psychiatrist was saying to me. I understand. My husband was like, check this out. Check this out. You are in control of you. Every choice and decision you make, every one you lay down with, that was your choice. You've never come back to me and said you were raped. As a grown woman, you've never said that. So stop holding on to that crutch. Stop holding on to that victim. Because this happened to me. I'm mad for days, and I come up out of that. And when I went to the psychiatrist, right? Everything my husband said to me, the psychiatrist said to me. But he said, I needed you to go to somebody that had no dog in the fight, because I didn't want you to think I was judging you. I didn't want you to think that because I know the history, I'm pointing my finger. So when I would go to that psychiatrist, Dr. Cassandra Wanzo, she's incredible. Y'all want to know about red bottom shoes? Let me tell you somebody that's going to get your mind right. Dr. Cassandra Wanzo. This woman was incredible. But every time I would go to session, everything she said, my husband had already told me. So me and men, I had to come to grips with that. I had to come to grips with being an insecure fat girl. And I had to come to grips with my sister telling me, ain't no man gonna ever really want you because you're fat. I had to come to grips with my father was like, listen, I'm here, but I'm really not. I had to come to grips with those things. So my way of coming to grips with those things was, now I'm a boss. I'm independent and I'm empowered. Don't you know I run this? See, I too went to the Oprah Winfrey University of Empowerment. And you don't need a man to make it.
Right.
I signed up.
Right.
And I was at the top of the class till I realized I was going to bed empty. I was going to bed with nothing but stuff. I did not want to be the poor little rich girl who have everything but nothing at all. Don't that sound familiar? I did not want to be that, Shannon. So even for the men that I was with, right?
You weren't with them.
I wasn't?
No.
Okay, talk to me, Shannon. Let that liquor use you. I wasn't with them.
That was just a body for the lonely.
Bruh. Shannon always dropping some gems, I swear to God. I swear. He always dropping some gems, man.
Liquor makes shit sound good, won't it? Liquor will make you not sound like a whore. It was just a body for the lonely. Let me tell you what my husband told me, right? Because I was in tears. I'm like, I was a whore. I was crying. Because when you come to grips with it, when you realize when you realize what you've done, and you got to come to grips with it, and now I'm sitting in front of the greatest person I've ever met, and I gotta say, I have been with this many. And my husband looked at me and said, Mama, you ain't no whore, you just have friendly pussy. Didn't he make it right? That's all I had was friendly pussy. So for you whores out there,
That ain't what it is.
friendly pussy.
Right.
That's what he told me, Shannon. He made it right.
So did you ever have a good relationship with your father?
Yes. When I was a little girl.
Little.
When I was a little girl, my father could do no wrong. When I was a little girl, baby, my father would put me in that car and he would go to the cut rate store and he'd get his liquor and he'd go over Mr. Johnny's house. Now, I'm a little girl, right?
Right.
He'd go over Mr. Johnny's house and him and Mr. Johnny go in the back and I could smell the reefer, but I didn't know it was reefer, right?
Right.
And they smoke and they had their little drink. They come back out. I was attached to him.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my father started having a problem when what he was saying to me wasn't making sense.
What did he say?
And now I'm about 13.
Okay.
He was a bullshitter,
Right.
but he was a good sounding bullshitter.
Right.
Like, and so as a kid, you'd be like, my father know everything. But once I started growing up and I started seeing the treatment that he gave my mother, never physically abusive, but mentally, they abused one another. I won't just put it on, but once I started questioning him on just some of his decisions and choices,
Right.
I became the bad person. And I went to my grandmother one time, Mimi.
Yeah.
I talk about her
You
in
have
the
a
Netflix
very close
special.
relationship with your grandmother,
Right.
as did I.
And my father, this was one incident that sent me to my grandmother, bent over crying.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get a Ford Festiva, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was 4 gears.
Right.
Okay. It was about $2, but I didn't have the $2.
Right.
And I needed a cosigner. Right?
Yeah.
So I asked my father, please cosign for me to get this Ford Festiva. And I'm going to quote him. He said, Nikki, you won't fuck up my credit. And I'm like, well, what have I ever done to make you think I would fuck up your credit? I pay my rent on time. I'm responsible. I go to work. No. The next week, not only did he co-sign for my sister, he just signed for my sister. Like he put the car in his name, right? I go to my grandmother and I'm like, Mimi, why would he do that? Like, she said, Nikki, every parent knows their weakest link. And every parent knows the one that's going to be okay. She said, you're going to be okay. At that point, I wiped my tears. And I'm glad he didn't co-sign. I'm glad I had to bust my ass to get it. I'm glad I had to figure it out. I'm glad he didn't just come and rescue it. I had to figure it out. So that's why right now when I sit here and you go through a decade of being blackballed or whatever, you're difficult and all that, it allowed me to keep standing. It allowed me not to go sit on a couch with Oprah Winfrey and say, I'm sorry for nothing I've ever done to you.
Right.
That's what those lessons taught me. Stand in it and stand strong, unapologetically.
You speak a lot, during this interview, you spoke a lot about curses and the trauma. How do we break that generational trauma, that curse that is in our community?
What we've said from the beginning, and that's truth. It's just the truth. We get so comfortable based off of lies that the lies become the truth. I think if we just started dealing with the truth.
Address it.
Even when
people will never be able to deal with their truths. You know why? Because they lie to themselves every day they wake up. Real shit. You the first person you lie to in life.
it doesn't put you in a good light. It eventually does put you in the good light because then people start talking about your honor and your character and your integrity. If I've wronged you, please tell me.
Right.
Please tell me and then show me where I've wronged you. If you can say, Monique, this is what you did right here, then I owe you an apology. But if our community dealt in truth, how much further would we be? That's it. That's how I think we make it better.
Right.
We deal in the absolute truth.
But sometimes, it's kind of like when I tell people, I was explaining to someone, I said, just imagine you went to the doctor, and Lord forbid this happened. You have cancer, but we're not going to treat it. It's going to go away. No doctor would tell you that. You have something going on, we're not going to talk about it. It'll just go away.
That's what they bank on. That's what they bank on. And too many of our Black women have gone to their graves. They've left here in despair. They've left here broken-hearted, broke down, and we got a chance to see it in live and in person with our beautiful sister Taraji Henson.
Right. What gave you the courage? Your Netflix. They offered you one thing, you found out they had gave someone 10 times. 20 times
Come
that.
on, 26.
26 times that. And you're like, no. no. I'm not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to do fair. That's what we do.
Yes.
I mean, you speak about diversity and you talk about doing the right thing. Okay, this is an opportunity for you to put that, instead of being lip service, okay, put pen to paper, let's make it right.
I didn't know any other way. I didn't know any other way. See, when I heard Wanda Sykes say, I support you, I just went somewhere else. I don't know how to do that.
Right.
Especially when it's wrong. If we keep just going somewhere else, we'll keep getting mistreated.
Right.
But when you hear Amy Schumer, and this was not something I found out, they publicly said it. It was pride.
Right.
We paid Amy Schumer $11 million. She came back and said, I'm not a legend or icon, but I should get at least $2 more million, and they gave her $13 million. Well, when Netflix says to me, you are a legend, you are an icon. When Robbie Pearl says that, well, why is my legend and icon different?
Right.
Then these people, legend and icon. That's all. And when I say we were able to come to the table and we were able to make it make sense, and we were able to do the special, and we appreciated them saying, listen, how can we work this out? Now, you know what happens with that?
What happened?
People were having call-ins when I said, this is not right. I was donkey of the day. Remember that? Mm-hmm. I was donkey of the day. The breakfast nubs called me the donkey of the day. That's what they said. And they had a whole call-in about how I was donkey of the day. But you didn't do the same thing when you found out we settled. Now all of a sudden, don't nobody know what a settlement is. I mean, well, we don't even really, it was really, really quick. We just want to throw it away. So with that Netflix special, it was just like, no, guys, I gotta stand up. Because if not, that little girl coming behind me for real,
right,
that has that resume, I want to let her know you can fight, baby.
Right.
You just don't have to say okay. You can stand.
Would you be willing to do another Netflix special?
Yeah, I had a great time. Now, for me, specials are specials.
Right.
It's something special.
Right.
So, we'll see.
Right. I wanted to ask people that I hear our community call, the community call me aunt.
Yes.
And they call you auntie.
Yes.
Do you wear that with a badge of courage like I do?
I wear it. That was such an honor. For you babies to put auntie on my name, do y'all know how that made me feel? Mm-hmm. And I'm not the auntie that's going to tell you the shit that you want to hear. I'm the auntie that's going to tell you what you need to hear. So for the things that I have said about our community and our babies and our sisters, I cannot back down because y'all gave me the title. I didn't ask for it. But when they gave it to me, Shannon, that was the universe saying, you now sit in that seat.
Yep.
You are now responsible.
Yes.
That's why I must speak out and I must speak loudly and I must say it to the top of my lungs because God damn if Fannie Lou Hamer didn't do it for me.
Right.
God damn if Eartha Kitt didn't do it for me. God damn if Moms Mabel didn't do it for me. The ones that came before us, and there's a woman still alive named Sylvia Tremore Morrison. That woman got paid in a Coca-Cola. That woman got paid in a Coca-Cola at her next gig and $5. She was the first black woman to write for Saturday Night Live, but they have her listed as a production assistant. And she's still alive. That's why I speak the way I speak, because I will not let them wash her out of history as if she never existed.
Wow. Dating. What advice? If somebody, if a group of women were in here and it's like, come on. They talk to us. How this dating thing? Because it's different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Dang. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese. and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared. Yes, I'm talking. And I know an old gal, she'd be good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now, when you know somebody named Elladora, she's old school. Now, Miss Elladora told me to tell you. She said, I think he like red velvet.
Oh, I do.
I say, Miss Elladora, if he do like that, she said, you let him know I got something for him.
Yeah, I like
she
red
don't
velvet.
have no teeth. Come on, pick your glass up and clack for me. Come on now. These young gals will bite you. Okay?
Okay, I guess I gotta come on home.
Come on home, Shannon. And y'all stop putting lies out about my brother, because I was in my feelings when y'all said he didn't date black women. Y'all stop that shit. You stop it. Now, he might throw a white one in there every now and again. And it's okay. It's okay. Because sometimes, we ain't into everything. Yeah. We don't do everything. So sometimes Uncle ShayShay need a spice of life.
Yeah, see? There you go.
He need to go cross the street, but he always going to come back. That's all we said to you, Oprah and Tyler. Come on home. Come on home. Come on home. Come on home.
Sierra says a lot of women talk about Sierra's prayer, but when a God sends a good man, they don't want them. Is that true?
I cannot speak for them. I can only speak for me. Because when the universe sent mine to me, baby.
You was ready. You was ready.
When he sent that man to me, even this morning, I thank the universe for that man right there. Before I came on air with you, I was talking to him.
I know.
He said, Mama, you heard me talking. I said, I said, hey, Daddy. Yeah, I did. Because we've not been trained. We've not been conditioned to understand you. We've been trained to fight against you.
Right.
We've been trained to go against you. We've watched our mamas, our grandmamas, our aunties speak ill of a black man. So now when a black man comes and he good, you waiting for the bad because grandmama told you black men wasn't shit. Mama told you black men wasn't shit. Your auntie said black men ain't shit. So all you have in your mind is black men ain't shit. And so when you get that beautiful black man, he's now got to say to you, erase everything they taught you.
Right.
Because I'm here.
Or then you treat him like that, and then he goes, and then you talk about...
Now you're mad because he didn't want you the white girl, Shannon. Now y'all start treating Shannon good, okay? Start treating them good. Now, Shannon, I got to catch my plane.
Okay, this is the last one.
Unless you want to send me back on your jet.
I wish I had one, Mo. I wish I had one. But I'm going to get you out here on this one.
See what y'all did?
You heard what Shaq said. Shaq said,
What'd he say?
They asked Shaq, should a man open up to a woman? Shaq said no. He says, because if you do, they're going to use it against you. He said, because if I'm crying about something, they're going to say the first time they get mad, they're going to say, see, you crying because your daddy said what he said.
How do you take advice from a man who has no woman? And I love Shaq. But how do you take advice from my brother that has no one?
Okay.
If you have that person in your life.
What they say, look, I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast the other day. I can't remember who was on, but they was talking about Kanye West. They was like, how the hell y'all gonna take to heart what he says about politics and shit when he ain't no damn politician? That's real, bro.
And you say, listen, I'm dealing. I'm going through. Who else do you talk to at nighttime in your pillow talk? Who else do you share your life with? Who are you sharing with your life with, Shaq? Do you tell another man about your situation? And does he make you feel better? Like, who do you share your life with? So I don't agree with that at all. And I love my brother, but I don't agree with that. I think that makes division. Because if I got to call my girl and I talk to my husband.
Right.
When I heard Oprah say, and these are her words, not mine. She said, when I be stressed out and I be going through it after the show, I will come home and Gail could calm me down and put me to sleep. What you say?
What's that, man?
Okay, then you said it. I'm
Nope. Oh, I'm gonna get Oprah on here. I'm gonna get Oprah on the show.
But those are her words. So I believe that partnership is partnership all the way around. When I leave this earth, there is nothing my husband will not know about me, and the other way around.
Did you know after your first two marriages you're gonna get married again?
Yes. Because my first two marriages were just marriages of... My first marriage was you just couldn't have the milk without buying the cow.
Right.
That was the first marriage.
Right.
And we were boxers.
Okay.
And we were Friday night fights. Okay? Okay? We were it wasn't domestic violence. We was Friday night fights.
Right.
Okay? I took an L sometime, but sometime I didn't.
Right.
Okay? Okay? The second one was I couldn't afford to pay my rent.
Right.
And I didn't want to have a boyfriend.
Right.
So that's why I say this is the first time I've really been married.
Right. Tell me the story that you wanted to share that nobody else knows that you was going to share with us.
Y'all ready for this?
I'm ready for it.
I want you to
Ooh.
move in.
That shit came in like it got song, man. Hold up. I'm ready. Hey, what Kim say? On that El Renee track, we have El Renee. Oh wait, no, he was like, here is El Renee. Here is Monique. Let's get into it, Shotty. Let's get into it.
That man that was sitting right here on this couch, his name is Cat Williams.
Yes.
Cat Williams and I have a relationship. We're fraternal twins. That's all.
That's it.
That's it. That is my spiritual, fraternal, non-biological brother. We are twins, baby. Yes, we are. That was it, and that was all.
Thank you.
Don't nobody know that, but you. Cat Williams don't even know the shit.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so beautiful. So, Cat.
I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him and say, "Hey, I met your sister for the very first time."
I need you to tell him.
Monique, do you want to promote anything?
You got anything you want to promote?
Okay.
Here's what I'll say. Just keep watching. Just keep watching. I'm promoting life. Just keep watching. And I love y'all for real, my babies.
Thank you for watching, Monique, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Like, granted of my life. Second first. I'm so bad first. That was good. That was good. That was good. Man, look, I gotta check out these comments. ClubShayShay is restoring attention spans all of 2024. Real shit. Real shit. I don't remember the last time I sat down and watched some 3-hour shit, to be honest. Hold up. And that's what Marcella's hour. Her respect and admiration for her husband it was remarkable. Real shit. She got Tyler Perry on tape admitting to lying. That's insane all by itself. Like this shit, man. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.